I'm afraid I'm going to be a bit controversial now, because Britain, you have a problem, and that problem is kitchens. It's been raining quite a lot, but that hasn't stopped us, well, it has stopped us, trying to do our most difficult thing yet. Electricity! Honestly, this project has basically broken me. Here's the story of that. But first, let's go back to this bit. Oh dear. When we moved in, the wiring was so terrible. Yeah, creative. But we need to deliver this delicious kitchen. Despite not knowing how to do electrics, right, enough of that. Been doing them anyway, with the support of an electrician, but it's not been easy. Here's the story of how that began. And it began with a lot of swearing, because, as we discovered, screwing sockets into stone walls
for frick's sake.
is, well, it's not very easy.
Put it upside down!
What have you done?
Oh,
You okay?
no, it's really annoying. Oh, no, that's just stone. Right, I'm stuffed. I can't do this, it's not working.
Oh, they're not even
think?
flat. Yes. They are hard to get in.
Yeah, they are.
The old stone walls have forced us to choose a variety of different techniques for installing the sockets, including using mortar to try to fill some of the difficult gaps.
A pain in the arse.
We've also had the added complexity of trying to install the same circuits across two different floors.
Ooh,
I'm through!
well done. Hello, Fru.
Hey. That's good, wasn't it?
That was good, wasn't it? Eliza do lots.
What? Not quite straight, but hopefully Joe won't notice.
I'm afraid I'm going to be a bit controversial now, because Britain, you have a problem, and that problem is kitchens. Well, there's lots of other problems, but mainly kitchens. Everybody in Britain seems to want to have a new kitchen every time they move into a new house. So, say, for example, people who move house every 5 years, they get a new kitchen every time. Ooh, what a nice kitchen. Like, there are people I love dearly who have this obsession with wanting their kitchen. Ooh, you're getting a new kitchen? And completely discarding the last one that was there. Everything goes to landfill. And it's left us in a situation where I'm really trying to not be too negative, but it's left us in a situation where we have effectively a whole industry around disposable kitchens. Oh, a new kitchen! And for disposable kitchens, they're quite expensive too. I mean, like, no wonder Britain has a productivity crisis if what we waste our money on is thousands of pounds on a kitchen we don't need. That probably only cost £100 to make in the first place, because it's just a bit of chipboard. I mean, the wastage of this is incredible, and planet Earth cannot afford to keep on paying the price for that. It's just... So if you were expecting us to put in a nice shiny kitchen, please prepare to be disappointed, because that's not what we're doing. And hopefully some of you will have already expected that. We take for our inspiration a row of cottages that they've set up beautifully at St Fagans National History Museum near Cardiff. Each of the cottages is set up as if there's a different time period in each of the cottages on the row. And you see a transition from like the earlier use of natural materials to homemade items to, you know, to the birth of modern industrial processes and, you know, kitchens being full of formica and this and that. And you kind of see that, like, from our eyes, the earlier kitchens are much more attractive. And that's what we want from our cottage. We want the honest beauty the sort of hobbity goodness of that old style. So of course that raises a bit of a question when, you know, we want electricity too. We've been living quite a long time without it, and it's harder than I hoped it would be. So basically what we've had to do is to design the kitchen electrics in a way that effectively subtly hides some of the, you know, less attractive elements. It's possible, if you've got loads of money, to buy, you know, very nice posh fittings that are massively expensive, and then you can do it in a tasteful way. But for us, I think the best means of achieving the look we're after is concealment. You can see from the drawing that I did earlier that we've designed in this surround for the fireplace, or for the stove, and there's going to be shelves in that mantelpiece surround, and some of the sockets that we've placed on the wall are actually intended to be like hidden by that structure. And then in other places we've got sockets that are going to be behind wooden panels. We've got wires that are going to be travelling either through the plaster or through wooden conduit and trunking. And we've also, we've got some sockets that, we've got some normal sockets that are basically low down and hidden because they'll be out of sight, out of mind. So I think this is really exciting. The look that we're going to get in the end is going to be well worth all this extra effort. But so as well as the cold, I hope it's clear why it's taken so long to get a good result, and why we're having to do an awful lot of brain work to try to determine where everything should go and how to artistically conceal things as subtly as possible. But yeah, hopefully it's going to kind of look a bit like a film set, almost that good, but you know, actually a usable, practical kitchen too. That's the goal. And I think it's really exciting, this journey that we're on, and the kind of, I'm so excited to eventually see it, and I hope you'll be excited too. And I really hope that I haven't offended anyone with my rant about how you all buy too many kitchens.
Might be a bit surprising what I'm painting on the walls here.
So what's going on, my love?
So I'm painting cow manure on the walls. Possibly because I'm slightly mad. And this is because you can see the staining that's come through the line that we painted on. And that's caused by like really old soot that's in the chimney on the other side of these stones. And apparently, this is what everyone swears by, 2 coats of fresh cow manure painted on. Apparently the mucus in it helps to stop the staining coming through.
It's a bit smelly. Oh. Usually, when you talk about something, you're very confident with the chemistry.
I haven't managed to find anyone who can tell me anything about the chemistry. All I found is people saying, this works for me, and I think it's to do with the mucus. That's all I've been able to find out about it. So if there's better chemistry out there, I don't know it.
But for the moment, it's basically magical thinking.
Well, not magical thinking, it's experiential rather than like, whatever, I don't know, quantitative?
It's herbal medicine, that's what it is.
I don't know the mechanism of it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't work.
All I can say is it's a good job I've got a cold and I can't smell it properly.
Apparently the smell does dissipate after a while. Let's hope that's true, eh?
Great, so that's dried up really nicely and it doesn't smell anymore. Well done, Lydia.
Available for all your food painting needs.
Alright.
That's it. That's the one.
I'll go with you.
Okay, yeah, you do it now. You do the last bit. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the one.
Alright. Yeah, it's filled with stuff then, can't it?
You can try. I haven't managed it, so I don't think I'm going to manage it now. I've tried it several times.
Let's have a go. Let's see if I can do it.
Okay. It's because of the angle of the stone. It's because the stones stick out so much. You have to get it really, really straight for it to push in, and it's at an angle. That's why it's struggling.
I see. Yeah, I do see.
Not much I could do about that. I'm going to use a bit of old packaging to hold the conduit up. So if I just make some little holes in it. It's not great. We might end up taking that out again once we put plaster around because we don't want to be able to see that.
No.
So we've used this conduit, which is like the standard way of running wires. Apparently it's so that you can go back and change the wiring at a later date after plastering. Although quite why you do that, and having seen how hard it is to get anything around the corners, suggests that you wouldn't realistically be able to do that anyway.
Although there is an inspection hatch on all the tees.
But we're going to cover that in plaster.
Oh, sure. But
But even with the inspection hatch, you can't actually poke a wire around. You
Yeah.
have to loosen the whole off. And in order to do that, then you would have destroyed the plaster that it's
yeah.
as soon as you move it. So I also feel like this has made it all stick out a long way from the uneven stone, because of course it sticks out from the most jutting out stone.
So we can have nice thick insulation.
Plaster, insulating plaster. Yeah, which I'm also nervous about being too thick.
I'm not nervous about it being too thick.
Because it's not a very strong substance, which means that it's harder in the future
It'll be warm and
to
cosy.
retrospectively attach anything to the walls, which I think could be a problem.
But it'd be snug as a bug in a rug.
Maybe.
Snug as a bug.
Maybe.
We have been trying to think a few steps ahead, so I'm drilling a hole in the back wall to route a cable for a future re-extension, if that ever happens.
It's really hard work 'cause it's so high.
It's like, whatever is going on here, I'm happy. This is good. A bit of comfort amidst the mess.
Since my flu was pretty bad on this day, I thought I had better help Lydia out by eating a stick of celery.
Good job.
Well, they're not going to fall off, but they are very wobbly. Wonky with all the walls.
Well, the walls are wonky. We're gonna render it wonky, aren't we?
The backbone of our downstairs wiring design requires a large piece of trunking by the side of the stairs, which, of course, we've made out of wood.
I seem to be obsessed with trying to make everything straight and true, but I rarely succeed.
We're all caught in this carousel of buy, build and break and show and tell.
I'm going to talk you through a quick oddity. Here we have some lime that's being slaked as we speak. Lydia's just mixed it up and we've brought it inside so that the heat that it's generating heats the house, transfers some heat to the room. We thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Something borrowed, something blue. Something borrowed, something blue. Nothing gained by buying new.
So Lydia is just bringing through some cables from the consumer unit over the sort of hallway partition and hauling them out into this room so that we can put them in the trunking that we've installed here. And then meanwhile, I'm going to be drilling a hole in here so that we can put some cables in through the stairs cupboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I measured that well. Great. In one sense, I sort of enjoy this job. Here, this is the best bit so far, but it's also.
Okay, then just take your time. Don't feel the time pressure.
But of course, all of this is taking us weeks, so I inevitably do feel some time pressure.
Put this in here.
Okay, slowly.
And that should be there. So we've got these bits then.
Until we start to make some real noticeable progress once I've recovered from flu number 1.
Very exciting delivery. 200 kilograms of quicklime, which is very reactive, we mustn't spill a load of water on it. And about 100 kilograms of hemp shiv, which is like a woody stem of a plant. Good insulative value. And we're going to use this to mix up our lime plaster with.
So we've actually got some water pipes that are heading upstairs here, and we had been intending to rip them out sooner and divert them down so that they weren't going up into the bedroom, that they were coming down to the kitchen. That ideally should have happened before we put the wires in. Obviously these wires are not connected up, but I don't really want them getting wet when we do the plumbing. However, I don't know, events seem to have forced us into this, doing it this way round. The order of events in the entire cottage is a bit difficult to work out, trying to work out which things to do first. But anyway, we're going to try and sort out this plumbing before we can then plaster this wall.
Right, I'm just going to do it blind.
Yeah,
Tell me if you think I'm going in the wrong direction.
looks good. Would it help if I did that?
I've done it.
Well done. Oh,
It's quite a lot of water.
there's quite a lot of water here on our wires.
Yeah, there's all covered in plastic, and then covered in plastic, and then covered in plastic a third time.
By this point in the year, it's getting dark and increasingly cold. The rain has been pretty persistent, and I'm starting to feel thoroughly fed up with the project. The dark is particularly getting to me, especially now that the clocks have changed. It's increasingly getting harder to see what we're doing inside, and that puts a lot of strain on us. I'm starting to feel like maybe our whole endeavour with the cottage might have been a mistake.
Oh, I can't see it. Thing. hate this dark room.
Sorry, love.
No, it's not. It's not your fault. It's just I'm not angry with you.
No, I was bringing the light round. I thought it was something else.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just.
I know it's really difficult. I know.
I really want this lighting to be done.
I know, my love. I know.
We're faffing with all this. We haven't got the lighting done. Oh.
You can do it, Jay.
Have you got the towel ready?
Sorry, I've got my towel.
Okay, water is going. Wait a second. Okay, water's coming on. Oh no, it's not. Water's coming on. Okay, I just did it. Oh, you might need to put the kitchen tap on.
Well, nothing happened.
Okay, I'll do it again. You ready?
Yeah. Something going to fizz. Well, the water. Just a sec. Is it on? On. Oh, well, alright. Well, it's fine.
Oh, well done, my love.
Oh, pig.
In the quiet of the morning, where the earth meets the sky, we plant seeds of our making, watch them grow and reach high. The soil beneath our fingers, the sweat upon our brow, in the rhythm of the seasons, we find our strength somehow. Turning the wheel of life, with every beat we breathe, we find the truth in simple things, the power to believe.
Hello, what are we doing?
Well, we've got to attach water heaters to the wall here, which is quite tricky because it's very difficult to attach anything to the wall. So, previously I mortared in some sticks into the wall because these are just then easier to attach to because I can screw through them. And I've got a wooden board which I'm going to attach my water heater to because that's got very precise positions where the screws have to go through. And I've cut a little hole for the wire to go in. So we've got this annoyingly thick 10mm cable. So what my plan is that if I bend this cable over the back of the board and pin it on here, so it's sticking out, ready to go through into our switch here, then we can plaster onto the wall, stick this on over the squishy plaster, screw it onto those nubs there, and stick the bit of wire through there ready for when the electrician comes to do our final attachment.
I was feeling confident that I could mix the hot lime and hemp plaster safely inside.
Double bubble, coil and trouble, or whatever it is. Toil and trouble. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this inside. Yep.
Smells like the hemp's burning. Has someone said this to me? I've seen someone else say this, and the hemp will scorch because it gets so hot. fun. And I saw other people who just describe this as a different thing to do, so I don't really understand. It felt really bad in there, like really acrid.
Well, that first attempt at mixing hemp-lime plaster was a complete disaster. And next time I'm going to find a method which doesn't involve the hemp setting on fire and filling the house with acrid smoke.
That sounds like an improvement to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole process of getting this far with the electrics has been a bit challenging. It's a complicated project. You know, there's lots that we're trying to achieve, and we've been ill for quite a lot of it.
So although we have now, in fact, run the wires for most of the first half of the house and made massive progress despite how tedious it's been, there's not much to show for it, and we haven't actually got to the stage where we can switch the light on yet.
But hopefully you can see how beautiful it's going to be. And if you want to catch up with the progress on the house to see what actually happens with our electrical install, then make sure to click the subscribe button.
Or if you'd like more regular little blog updates, then join us as a member, and that will support us and also mean you get some more frequent updates.
Yeah, which are ad-free, which helps.
Thanks for watching.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.